I was thinking about that conversation. I thought, I told JP 7 figures will suffice. What kind of an idiot am I?
You said to me the other day while we were driving in your car, you said, I used to think that I needed 9 figures, and now I realize that 7 figures will suffice. I think you said that.
It's so funny you're asking me this, because I was actually thinking earlier, I'm so glad that I've got JP around, because he spurs me on. And I actually thought, I was thinking about that conversation, I thought, I told JP 7 figures will suffice. What kind of an idiot am I? and you know why? I try and justify to myself when I'm having bad days. And it's like, I was watching a training on hiring today, and someone was talking about something which I see as parallel to that statement just then, when they were saying that, you know, there's no great companies that have got 2 members of staff. There's probably also no great companies that have got 20 members of staff. You know, the great companies, you know, have got scale and have got, you know, hundreds of people, you know, running at scale and culture at X, Y, Z. And, you know, there's always that expression that small is beautiful. And I've, throughout my career, go through peaks and troughs of wanting to build something big and then thinking, quite a few problems in being big. I can actually make more money by being small. But it's just me kidding myself and justifying to myself that I'm failing at being big at the moment, because how can you make more money being small than being big? It doesn't make it. Okay, if you're getting it wrong on the journey to being big, then of course you can.
But true.
How is it conceivable to say that me as a 2-man band computer seller can make more money than Apple? You know, it's a ridiculous statement. So I think, you know, we sell ourselves stories of the beauty of smallness to justify failing when we're trying to go big.
So I want to not
that's not what you're asking me, but
no, but I'm glad that you shared that, because it's really going to open up what we're going to discuss now, hopefully. So I'm not going to challenge you on that, but I get what you mean. And I think what I took from that conversation was you felt like you needed, emphasis on the word need, 9 figures, but that you realize through becoming more fulfilled, happier, living a life that you love, that actually you don't need 9 figures, 7 figures will suffice. Is that how you say it? Suffice?
Yeah, that's what.
So in terms of a need, but you can still want fucking 10 figures, 11 figures, but there's such a big difference between need and want. You know, you kind of, the energy that you brought to the conversation was, oh, I have to have this. But actually now you're like, no, I don't have to, I want to. And that's a very different energy.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, what I was specifically talking about, and what I always used to think is, you know, I mean, let's contextualize that 9 figures. I used to think, oh, you know, I need a huge house in all these different countries. I need a jet to fly between them and a fleet of cars outside each one. And whilst, you know, and what I now appreciate is that whilst I can not imagine that I could ever be satisfied with, you know, with peanuts and you know, I guess, you know, living in a studio with no money, the concept of having all of that stuff is semi-ludicrous. And I think, you know, and what I've learned, and it's an expression that I nicked from someone else who said it years ago, is every set of keys brings another set of problems. And, you know, when I look at a lot of the stresses I have in life, they're probably brought from unnecessary, you know, material irritants. You know, you know, you've got, and ultimately, you know, what do you need that house in that country for? And like this is, I mean, this becomes like a philosophical conversation. And again, there's no right answer. And you could argue if you've got all the money, then it doesn't matter what you need. You get what you want. But I guess, you know, the way I see it is, like a lot of people say to me, I'm stupid for buying the boat. But my justification...
I totally disagree.
Well, my justification to myself, and it could be just justification, but people say, why would you buy? You should just charter. And I think you should charter if you're doing it once or twice or 3 weeks of the year. But I used that boat this summer 3.5 months solid.
And you're a fucking master of bringing people constantly to
Exactly.
you.
You know, so for me, the two things are, I'm using it for such a depth of time that it can't possibly be cheaper for me to charter than buy. But secondly, whatever the cost of it is, I will make that cost back, whether that's in enjoyment, in marketing, in networking, in, you know, bringing investors, bringing clients. So that's my justification to me. But I think if I had 3 boats in 3 countries, then I couldn't possibly get value out of it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I guess that's
And also your
personal
personal branding is so strong. So to have the squirter in pink is just, I mean, it's so personal to you. You know, if it's not like you go to Marbella, Ibiza, south of France, and you look at a yacht and you say, I think that's Matt Haycox's yacht. No, you fucking know. You know that's his yacht because it says the Sea Squirter and it has pink furniture.